Welcome to presenting yourself on paper and in person. We hope you enjoy learning about the topic. My name is Kelly Fleming, and I am a teacher at Richards High School and the advisor of this group. I hope you enjoy our presentation.
Hello, my name is Bryn Banks. I am a student at Knoxville High School, and I love to participate in my school clubs and sports teams. As of now, I participate in basketball, volleyball, track, and cross country. I am a member of Drama Club, FCA, FCCLA, and Student Council. After high school, I plan on attending college and from there becoming an oncologist.
Good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jayla Corley, and I'm a senior at Richards High School. I enjoy participating in school clubs and activities such as student council, contest play, and more. I've been dedicated in volunteering and participating in Special Olympics since I was 13. In the future, I plan to attend college and become a special education teacher for early childhood.
Hi, I'm Olivia Goodman, and I'm a sophomore at Civic Memorial High School. I'm currently top of my class and vice president of my class. I am very engaged throughout school, from participating in student council to playing basketball. After high school, I hope to go to college and further my education.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Lopez. I'm 16 years old. I love to have fun being busy every day. I was invited by Special Olympics at Microsoft to join virtual gaming, and I was in 2 commercials. I have played basketball, gymnastics, soccer, and track and field. I enjoy hiking, baseball, and riding a small motorcycle. I make YouTube videos of crocheting and knitting, which I love. Set yourself up for success.
Olivia, you have to unmute.
I'm so sorry. Most people find that they get at least a little bit nervous before an interview. Some people are so intimidated by the process that they fumble through their interviews and never manage to make the kind of impression that they need to in order to get the job or accepted into the school or club that they prefer. The difference between the two is one thing: preparation. Imagine walking into a big test and not having studied. You probably wouldn't do too well. It's no different with an interview. If you go in assuming you can just wing it, the chances are good that you're not going to come across as as the professional you are.
Here are some steps to get you ready for an interview.
A little preparation goes a long way. First, you need to identify the questions you will likely be asked during the interview. Then be clear about how you want to respond to those questions. Next, you need to make a list of all the questions you want to ask the employer. Lastly, practice so you really know your stuff. Fortunately, there are certain questions that come up in almost every interview, regardless of the job type. On the following slides, you'll find some guidelines about answering them effectively, as well as a standard set of questions appropriate for you to ask in most interview settings. With even a small amount of preparation time, you will equip yourself with both the information and the confidence necessary to field even the most challenging questions.
Know what to expect.
Practicing and knowing some questions that may be asked will help you be prepared. In the next slide, we will have a few moments to practice some questions.
Be prepared to talk about everything you write down on paper.
Being prepared to talk about everything written down on your resume, application, or in your essay should include job roles and responsibilities, clubs and experiences you have participated in, or a moment in your life that you wrote about. Bring an extra copy of what you turned in so that you have a reference. If you have any questions, The people you are with may say, I have your resume in front of me, but tell me more about yourself, or walk me through your experiences. Another thing they may say is, I'd love to hear more about your journey, or tell me a little bit more about your background.
Practice telling a few stories.
Be prepared to tell a few stories about your personal and professional accomplishments that highlight skills appropriate for the position you are seeking. Be relevant and know your audience.
Do practice interviews.
Make sure your information flows and don't let it sound like it's recited. Knowing your audience is very important. For example, you wouldn't talk about the same stuff in a scholarship interview as you would in a lifeguard interview.
Be yourself.
While of course you will be emphasizing the professional aspects of your personality, remember that it's the real you that the interviewer wants to get to know. Talk about your achievements and experiences and tell them what they don't already know.
Olivia,
Make sure, oh, sorry. Am I good?
Go ahead.
Make sure you practice and do the following things. Know why you're interested in the role. Know what strengths you have. Practice good body language and having a professional tone. Do research on what you're being interviewed for. Think of questions that you may have for the employer or interviewer, and have a long-term goal. For example, what do you want to accomplish within the next 5 to 10 years?
Now it is your turn.
Go ahead and pause your video and jot down some thoughts on how you would answer these interview questions. Number 1, tell me about yourself. Number 2, what do you know about us? Number 3, what are your long-term career goals? Number 4, what would you say are your strengths? Number 5, what are your weaknesses? And number 6, why do you want to be a part of our company?
Dressing for success means that you look the part.
Whether we like it or not, the way we look has a lot to do with how others see us. Just as with the cover of a book or the wrapping paper on a gift, people often try to determine what's on the inside based on what's on the outside. Now, some people feel most comfortable in an old pair of sweats and an oversized wrinkled shirt. And it's possible that the people in their lives just see them as laid back, while wearing that same outfit to an interview or in a professional setting will send an entirely different message, such as, I don't care about the way I look, or I'm not as serious as I need to be. Dressing well for your interview lets the employer know that you take yourself seriously as a professional. You want to find out beforehand what constitutes an acceptable appearance at the particular company or organization you're applying to. If you come in looking like you're ready to fit into their work environment, they can more easily picture you as a part of it. Whatever you'd be required to wear as an employee there, for example, a uniform, scrubs, or a business suit, looking clean, neat, and well-groomed will always send a message of professionalism. And here is a video going over that.
Better you'll be perceived, and the quicker you'll advance. To learn more about the importance of dressing well at the office, we spoke to a veteran human resources consultant.
Good, bad, right, or wrong, I have seen numerous instances where people got promoted that tended to dress better. People don't realize how important dressing is. I think we tend to think, oh, it's dumb, it's really not that important, who cares? Well, it's kind of like a resume. With clothing, it's the very first impression someone will get of you before you even have a chance to open your mouth.
For an insider's take on the right outfits for your profession, we spoke to a fashion representative at Theory's flagship store in New York City.
For men dressing in the corporate setting, I think a suit is always the best option. Here we have a dark navy suit. The dark suit's great just because it's really versatile and you'll always be able to wear it, whether it's for an interview, a board meeting, or any work-appropriate occasion. For a man to dress in a less corporate setting, I think separates are a great way to go. For example, here we have a navy cardigan with the button down and a tie, and you can really wear it without the tie if you want to for a less corporate look. Wearing the khaki pant with any sort of button down is a great option for casual dressing at the office. It's put together, but it's still relaxed. If you're questioning something that you want to wear and you're not sure if it's right, it probably isn't. If it's too shiny, if it's too tight, if it's too big, I probably just wouldn't recommend wearing it. For women dressing in a corporate setting, I would recommend a suit. Here we have a great fitted blazer, a button-down shirt, and a trouser pant. It's really put together, it's easy, and it looks really professional at the same time. But another option, if you don't want to wear a suit, is separates. Something like a great cardigan like this, with a button-down shirt and a pencil skirt, is still professional, but a little bit more relaxed and great for the office. Another casual option at the office is a pair of khaki pants. We have these straight leg pants that are great with a little tie neck top like this for a little novelty and a little fashion, but still work appropriate. Two other great casual options are shift dresses. What's great about shift dresses is that you can wear them underneath the blazer to work for an interview, or you can wear them just as they are. This one is great with a white button down underneath it, or this one's great too just alone. Some fashion faux pas for women to look out for in the workplace are really anything that's too much of anything, whether it's too short, too tight, too revealing, too low cut. You should really stay away from wearing anything like that.
I definitely think one should be thinking about wearing your best for an interview. I go by the rule, you're better off to tend to be a little bit more conservative in an interview than to go the other way around, unless you know specifically that they're looking at you for your creativity. Say you were going to interview in an advertising agency that's hiring you to be a creative person. There, you may decide to be a little bit more outlandish because that's what they're hiring you to do. The important part here is to be appropriate for the setting you're in.
To create a good first impression on paper, you need to be confident, organized, and honest.
It's important to create a good impression on paper. Many college, scholarship, and job applications require a personal essay or statement of your education and career goals to get a better sense of who you are as a person. The personal essay or resume is an important opportunity for you to provide information about yourself that will help others understand your goals for the future.
Here are a list of things to do when creating your resume.
Never be shy to talk about your achievements. Let the reader of your paper know what you are capable of. It is important to keep your paper organized. It will make things easier to read and understand. Methods such as using simple words, organizing your points by paragraph, or using bullet points can help you achieve a more organized paper. Another method you can use includes using quality facts over quantity facts. This will eliminate unneeded points and make your paper seem stronger. Keep in mind to never exaggerate your achievements or any claims when writing. If anyone were to find out you were lying, the rest of your application becomes suspicious.
To create a resume, first you need to create a header.
A header should include your name, phone number, and email address. You can also include your mailing address, but leave it out if you plan to post your resume online.
Next, you must choose from 3 formulas.
Our formatting decision comes down to 3 choices: reverse chronological, functional, and combination. Each format has their own advantages and disadvantages, and each one orders the sections of a resume in a unique way.
You should also include inclusion.
Including education is very important. Your degrees and certifications, if relevant, should be prominent. Some jobs may require at least a GED, so make sure to include that.
A nice short summary should also be in your resume.
In 1 or 2 sentences, summarize your work experience and relevant skills. Keep this strong and simple. The summary can be useful to explain why you're applying for a role that is a departure from your career path. You don't have to include a summary, especially if your experience speaks for itself and is relevant to the jobs you're applying for.
Last but not least, include past jobs or experience.
This section shows where you have worked and when. It also states specific accomplishments for your position or job. This is where content can make your resume run over a page, so be selective about what you include. Pick experiences that seem most relevant to the position you seek.
Tips when asking for a recommendation letter.
It is important that you ask for a recommendation letter in the best way possible. You want to make sure that you know the person very well and that you ask early. You also can give them the materials they will need for writing your letter. Asking for a recommendation letter might seem scary or nerve-wracking, but the process can be fairly easy if you do it properly. It is important that you have some sort of bond with the person you ask, and it is also important that you ask them early. The longer you wait, the more stressful it might be for the both of you. When asking for a recommendation letter, you want to make the process seem as effortless as possible for the other person. You can do this by giving them specific qualities you want them to point out, along with what you want them to say in general. It also might be helpful if you ask them at an appropriate time and not when the other person isn't in their best state. Now that you have an idea on how to ask someone for a recommendation letter, you should know what to have in your letter. It is important to talk about your skills and how you have used these skills in your life. Having a good recommendation letter can affect how others see you. You will want to adjust your recommendation to what it is being submitted for. For example, if you are submitting something for a job, you'd want it to be different compared to a letter being used for college. Some very important things you should include in any recommendation letter are your skills and abilities. Make sure to use specific examples to help the reader have a better understanding of just how capable you are. Including specific examples will also help the reader understand how you apply your skills in the real world.
Social media. Remember what the internet really is, a giant public record.
When using social media, it is good to remember, don't be a bully. Don't trash talk your teachers or employer. Don't post illegal activities. Don't post confidential information. Do not lie. Don't threaten violence. Do keep an honest, sensible profile. Do maintain privacy. Do use common sense, and do check your privacy settings.
To apply to the scholarships, you must first find good ones.
More than 2/3 of all college students need help paying for school. Methods available to fund your education include, for those who qualify, scholarships, grants, loans, and tuition reimbursement incentive programs. It's common sense that more scholarships you actively seek to win, the better your odds are of winning. Cast a wide net. Applying for as many as you're matched to will make a difference in winning one. If you spend 10 hours applying for scholarships and receive $1,000, you've just earned $100 per hour.
The next step is to apply early and do it more than one. It is also smart to click letters of recommendation.
Scholarship and college applications usually require a few letters of recommendations from teachers and community members who know you best. They can all include employers, teachers, coaches, high school counselors, or other adults who can testify to your strengths, qualifications, and ambition.
Lastly, you must write a great essay.
Many students shy away from scholarships that require essays, but a well-written essay can be your ticket to standing out from the crowd. If you don't have great writing skills, consider working with your advisor or attending a writing workshop to help you develop an outstanding essay, which is also great practice for college applications. Your essay needs to reflect your goals for each particular scholarship.
In order to get into college, you must apply. One thing to include is your grade improvement.
If you started high school averaging with B's and C's and eventually work your way up to straight A's, then you need to share that information. Use your transcript as a tool to highlight your academic progression over time. If you show admission officers your hard work and commitment to academic improvement, they will notice and take it in consideration.
You should also include your awesome school awards.
Show off every award you've won during high school. It doesn't matter whether it's academic, athletic, or extracurricular. Your college application is the best place to brag about every award you've earned during your 4 years of study.
Make sure to not forget your job experience.
Job experience shows that you're capable to juggle multiple responsibilities while keeping your grades up, which is something you're going to have to do in college.
Next, any internships that you have been in should be added.
If you participated in an internship, be sure to include that. First, officials will be surprised that you actually scored one this young, demonstrating your value and character. Secondly, the bonus benefit is the people you work with being able to provide helpful recommendations. Take care of two birds with one stone if you have any internships to share.
You can also include sports, just like how I could include gymnastics.
Sports showcase your commitment, time management, and focus to succeed. If you participated in team sports for 3 to 4 years in high school, you've shown that you can handle the pressure consistently.
Community service can also boost your college app.
Admission officers look for community service experience because it is a sign of personal character.
The last thing to include is your academic success.
While academic success helps, you can also show the quality of your achievements through non-award means. Have you received honors or high honors during high school? If so, put that down.
What is positive self-talk?
Positive self-talk makes you feel good about yourself and the things that are going on in your life. It's like having an optimistic voice in your head that always looks on the bright side.
How can you have positive self-talk on paper?
It is extremely important to talk about your good characteristics and personality traits. For example, when hyping yourself up, you can include you have leadership skills, can multitask, can work well with others and individually, and more. On paper, include everything about you that stands out and is a great personality trait.
An elevator speech is a commercial about you. It tells someone about you and what you can do for them.
Let's take a minute to watch a short clip about elevator speeches. It's typically about 30 seconds, the time it takes for people to ride from the top to the bottom of a building in an elevator. The idea behind having an elevator speech is that you are prepared to share this information with anyone at any time, even in an elevator. At a career fair, you can use your speech to introduce yourself to employers. When you meet a college recruiter, you can share some of your highlights. It is important to have your speech memorized and practiced. Rehearse your 30-second elevator speech with a friend or in front of a mirror. The important thing is to practice it out loud. You want it to sound natural. Get comfortable with what you have to say so you can breeze through it when the time comes.
Here's a little video to help give some examples.
I'm Kim with SnagJob, your #1 source for hourly jobs, and welcome to our weekly advice show. As a job seeker, you never know when an opportunity to land a job comes along. An elevator speech is a quick and simple way to sell yourself to the employer and show them who you are. Even though the name implies that you'd only use this in an elevator, you can actually use this at job fairs or even while following up on your application. You should never say,
"Well, my name is Jane. I was born in this small town in North Dakota weighing like 8 pounds. My mom always said I was the cutest baby she ever did see. And that was the year I graduated from middle school. Good times. All right, I think we're finally all caught up. So do you think I'd be a good fit?"
Hi, I'm Zach. I'm graduating high school and need some money. I don't have any experience except in playing video games. But I think that means I could press buttons on the cash register pretty quick. What do you say? Want to hire me?
An elevator speech should be quick, simple, and organized. The employer should walk away knowing who you are and what skills you bring to the table. A good example would be,
"Hi, I'm Lacey, a junior at Northern Arizona University. Simply put, I love talking to people. My experience in retail and food service for the past 5 years has made me fall in love with customer service. I've learned to be a problem solver, a great team member, and a leader. I'd love to bring these skills to your company and build upon my previous experience."
whether you're standing in line at the movies, at a job fair, or even in an actual elevator, a well-thought-out pitch can bring you one step closer to landing that job. Big shout out to our friends at Northern Arizona University who asked us to make this video. I hope you found it helpful.
Your elevator speech should not be any longer than 30 seconds. Here are some topics you should include about you.
First, smile to your counterpart and open with a statement or question that grabs attention, a hook that prompts your listener to ask questions. Tell who you are and describe you and your company. Tell what you do and show enthusiasm.
What do you offer?
Tell what problems you have solved or contributions you have made. Offer a vivid example. Tell why you are interested in your listener.
What are the benefits?
Tell what very special service, product, or solutions you can offer to him or her. What are the advantages of working with you? And what do you differ from competitive companies?
How do you do it?
Give a concrete example or tell a short story. Show your uniqueness and provide illustrations on how you work.
Call for action.
What is the most wanted response after your elevator speech? Do you want a business card, a referral, or an appointment for a presentation after your elevator speech?
Now it is your turn to write your elevator speech. Here are some important things to remember when you are writing it.
Step 1, first write down everything that comes up in your mind. Step 2, cut the jargon and details. Make short and powerful sentences. Eliminate unnecessary words. Step 3, connect the phrases together. Your speech has to flow. Step 4, memorize key points and practice. Step 5, have you really answered the key question for the listener? What's in it for me? Step 6, create different versions for different situations. Thank you for participating in the Leadership Certificate Program on learning about presenting yourself professionally on paper and in person. Follow IHSA and Unified Champion Schools, Illinois on social media. Please remember to take your quiz. You must complete it and pass with a 70% or higher to move on to the next lesson. Good luck.